Hi everybody, it's Joaquin from Carrollwood Estates. We're gonna take a look at how 90402 performed this April. I'm also gonna discuss the buyers when we know that. First up, we have 347 25th Street. This one sold for $7.551 million. It's a Cape Cod with Hamptons and California style. From the front, from the exterior, I really like the dormer windows, the cedar shingle siding, the gabled massing, and column supported front porch. All very textbook East Coast traditional in Cape Cod. Inside, it has a very classic transitional treatment, warm minimalism, vintage layered with modern, all very livable. I love this home. This is the post-war North Montana playbook. It's New England vernacular and it's very translated to the west side and kind of softened over time by mature landscaping and successive refurbishments from previous owners. So the detached carriage house in the back, this was rebuilt or refreshed. It has show grade barn doors, new shingle siding, and an oculus window. It kind of turns what was originally a 1957 garage into this Hampton style outbuilding that can work as either a gym, an office, or guest quarters. I really like this as an office and a gym. They also added indoor-outdoor flow with French doors along the rear elevation of the house. And the backyard has this very nice brick patio that wraps around the pool. As for the buyer is a data scientist and cancer biologist. He's doing really interesting work. His wife is counsel at Latham & Watkins. This is a major white shoe law firm. Very interesting buyer coming from South Beverly Hills. Next on our list, we have 506 Georgina Ave. This one sold for $6.25 million. First time on the market in over 50 years. It's a 1952 California ranch with mid-century and post and beam construction. It's just a 2-block walk to the Palisades Park and Ocean Ave. It's a bit of a rambling single-story floor plan, and the interior is basically an unrenovated 70s or 80s redo of a mid-century post and beam. We have tile counters with grout, parquet vinyl flooring, raw wood ceilings with exposed rafters, dated cabinetry, and I kind of like this, a sunken or split level living area. The architecture itself, it's genuinely interesting. You have this California ranch and this mid-century post and beam language with exposed rafters and vaulted ceilings. The finishes are just 40 years plus out of date. This was a huge sale for an 11,000 square foot lot. The buyer is a family. They made their money in men's fashion and they've been buying a lot of land in North Montana to build. One of their new builds last year sold for $14 million as well. Next up, we have 434 21st Place. This one sold for $6 million. So it's a 1940 American colonial revival cottage in Gillette Square. It has a 1.5-story massing. It has 2 front dormer windows, a brick veneer facade, black shutters, and a projecting bay window. This is all very classical, traditional style. Inside, you have rich hardwood floors, crown molding, lots of windows and natural light, and an updated kitchen. The harder part here is the split floor plan. So with 2 bedrooms up and 2 bedrooms down, that's a little bit harder. The bathrooms are older, but still in good condition. I believe the second story was added at some point. So I think the main house was 2 beds. So a little bit smaller. So they added the second story. And upstairs, the hallway, it feels a little bit tight. Overall, it's a great house. This was a great sale. The way I look at it, the land is worth at least $5 million. So the buyer paid a meaningful number for the structure as well. But I mean, most of the value is in the land. So the buyer, they're coming from a beautiful newer build in Sunset Park and their portfolio manager at Oak Tree Capital. Next on our list, we have 440 19th Street. This one sold for $6 million. It's an 8,900 square foot lot, 3 beds, 2 baths. Let's see. This is a 1925 storybook English cottage with a Tudor arched door, a stacked brick chimney, and ivy that's been allowed to grow into the architecture. So inside, it's been very expertly renovated in my opinion, and it comes with a barrel vaulted living room, wide plank European white oak floors all throughout, and a converted garage studio that adds a lot to the usable footprint. So this is one of One of my favorite parts for this one is the dining room. It has 4 casement windows that open to the front and the side yards, and it brings in a lot of natural light and gives the room a really charming feel. I didn't put it on here, I checked. So this is actually a 2,600 square foot house, by the way. So this was one of 2 sales, houses about this size on the bigger lot sold for $6 million. So the buyer here, they're coming from Marquez Knolls and Pacific Palisades, and they're artists. Next on our list, we have 602 14th Street. This one sold for $5.65 million. 3 beds, 2 baths, 2,386 square feet, about 2,400 square feet on an 8,600 square foot lot. It's a 1928 Spanish colonial revival cottage and the Andalusian tradition with sun bleached stucco, red clay tile roof, blue painted casement windows, and bougainvillea climbing across the front. This one sold off market. I did not get to walk the house, but I saw a few snippets. From what I understand, it was in good condition, just ever so slightly dated. The buyer, they're coming from Santa Monica, and they're both doctors. Next on our list, we have 456 Lincoln Blvd. This one just sold for $4.4 million. It's 4 beds, 4 baths, 3,100 square feet on a 7,500 square foot lot. Price per square foot comes in at about $1,400, and for the land, just under $600 per square foot land. This is a 1951 traditional California cottage with a painted brick front. The house, it's pretty dated in the bedrooms and some of the flooring, but the kitchen and a few of the bathrooms have had an economical renovation at some point in the past decade. The land is probably worth about $3.9 million, maybe $4 million. So they got a pretty decent number above that for the structure. The buyer recently sold his property in Santa Monica Canyon, plus 2 properties in Pacific Palisades, and he owns a few other homes around town as well. He's a world leader in negotiation training. We have a very interesting buyer here, and I can't wait to see what he does with the property. Moving on, now we're going to take a look at 201 23rd Street. This one just sold for $4.175 million. 5 beds, 3 baths, 3,200 square feet on an 8,200 square foot lot, and built in 1972. This is a classic California Spanish. We have the terracotta tile roof, stucco walls, arched picture windows, wood beam ceilings, decorative tile fireplace surrounds, and terracotta floors. What is interesting here is that it was built in 1972. Unlike most of the Spanish homes we see from the 1920s and 1930s, it is not original period Spanish, but it has a lot of the right language, and in certain parts of the house, it has tremendous scale. The living room is the best example. It has amazing volume, really great ceiling height, and these huge arched picture windows that give the room very cool presence. So this is also a slightly bigger, it's an 8,200 square foot lot. It's in between a 7,500 square foot and the 8,900 square foot lots, but it sits on the corner of 23rd and San Vicente. So there is a little bit of a discount for the proximity to a busier street. Inside, the house is dated and it is a good fixer, but I thought it was a good sale. It's sold above land value and they got a meaningful amount for the structure. The bones are legitimately good, and the next buyer is gonna love making this one their own. Next on our list, we have 704 17th Street. This one sold for $3.8 million. 3 beds, 2 baths, about 1,500 square feet on a 7,500 square foot lot, built in 1926. This is a 1926 Spanish colonial revival cottage with a blue arched front door. I love the blue when they put those on the Spanishes. This one has an original cove ceiling, original arched windows, the plaster fireplace, the original hardwood floors, and arched openings throughout the house. It appears to be included in the 2018 Historic Resources Inventory, so there is real character and some historic significance here, but the interior definitely needs to be redone. There is no question about that. And it's also on 17th Street. So it's only a couple houses in from Montana, but you do have a price adjustment for the street exposure and proximity to Montana Ave. But it's a 7,500 square foot lot. It was listed for $3.39 million and it sold for $3.8 million. So that $3.8 million to $3.9 million range, that's where a lot of the 7,500 square foot lots tucked into the neighborhood have been trading. So considering the location, this was a great sale and a big number. Last on our list, we have 734 12th Street. This is a very rare small house. It sold for $2.95 million. It's 1 bed, 2 bath, 700 square feet on a 4,800 square foot lot. Very few of those. This is a bit of an exception. This is an old 1926 home with deferred maintenance, 700 square feet on the smaller 4,800 square foot lot. It was listed at $2.4 million and traded for $2.95 million. That's a massive sale. Land in this pocket typically goes for around $500 per square foot, and this lot also abuts commercial property, so the number really stands out to me. The buyer is the neighbor, which makes a lot of sense, and now they effectively control an amazing double lot. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you or someone you know is thinking of selling, give us a call, shoot us a text and email. Let us present our approach and share our thoughts on how to really best maximize your asset before coming to market. We have an excellent network of professionals to prep the house, from basic paint, landscaping, decluttering, minor remodel, full remodel, interior designer, and staging. If you're looking to buy, let us connect you with the off-market properties that we have available and that we know are available. Give me a call, 310-943-0909. Thank you.